He says, Megan, I love getting up early and having some time to process, get ready for the day, etc. each morning. This works great if I've gotten enough sleep, but I struggle when I haven't gotten enough sleep to know whether or not to get up and catch up on sleep later or skip that treasured morning routine and sleep in a little. I'd love your thoughts on this. So, Meredith, it's definitely something that I struggle with too. The morning routine for me makes me a better person, makes me a happier person, makes me a more productive person during the day. So in my mind, if it at all possible, it's really a trade-off of how can I be more productive later in the day to squeeze everything I have to squeeze in, as opposed to taking away from my morning routine. So that might mean that I shorten my morning routine from 45 minutes to even 15 minutes. I just get in a little bit of my gratitude journal. I would think about shortening my morning routine and then shortening other things. So maybe that means my workout gets a little bit compressed, or I figure out that some emails aren't going to get written, or whatever it is. Instead of thinking, oh, it's my morning routine or not, I think about how can I be more productive and efficient later in the day in order to squeeze in everything I want to squeeze in. Because like I said, my morning routine does make me more productive. So if I skip it, I know I always feel like blah throughout the day. Not that I all of a sudden become ungrateful, but just that I don't have that pep in my step. I'm not quite as happy without that morning routine, and to me, that's worth it. Now, there are just some lines in the sand. If you are really, really tired, it's always better to sleep. For me, I try to get 7 hours of sleep per night. It's constantly something I'm working on. That's one of my health habits that just doesn't come as easily for me because I'm so excited about everything else I'm doing. I often find it hard to prioritize what I know my body needs, which is 7 hours of sleep per night. So just full disclosure, it's something that I don't do all the time, and I'm trying to get better. However, if it's going to be 5 hours of sleep or less, I definitely give up my workout. I definitely would give up my morning routine. I would probably just do 5 minutes of something and get, 5 hours and 25 minutes of sleep instead of 5 hours and 30 minutes or whatever it is. But 5 hours to me is that point where like I just do not function well at all. I have a headache. I feel like junk all day if I get more than that. So for me, that's like the cutoff. I'm just not going to do anything. Working out's so important to me, but I'm not going to work out if it means I'm going to get under that limit of sleep. And then there are a few other, and by the way, this is my limit. You know your body. There are people out there who get 5 hours of sleep every night and they just feel great and truly they're fine. And then there are people who get 9 hours of sleep and they feel like they need more. And again, like I've said before on these videos, I believe that optimizing your nutrition and even doing things like the morning routine will make your body more able to operate on less sleep. Whether that's a good thing or not, it's kind of a toss-up, right? So right now, I can operate super, super well on 6.5 hours of sleep. Is that still good for my body in the long term? I don't really know. I probably would be better served if I did sleep a little more. So it's really about knowing your own body here. But what I was going to say, there are a couple of other reasons why I would cut out my morning routine or my exercise. If I'm sick, I'm much more likely to prioritize sleep over anything else that's going on. Of course, like, there are things you have to do. You have to go to work. You have to take your kids to school. You have to do whatever. But other stuff, like the extras, I'm much more likely to give them up if I'm sick and if it's been multiple days in a row. So if it's one day where I'm going to get a little less sleep, like, okay, I'll still probably do my morning routine. But if it's multiple days, it's just a really busy week for me, I would be more, and I'm getting less sleep, I would be more likely to flex a little bit there.